There's something for every imagination at your local comic shop. Visit ComicShopLocator.com to find a store near you.
What's up, the internet? I'm Kyle, aka one of the Not Nicks. Joining me, as always, and really running the show here is Rex, and the other Not Nick, John.
Hey, everybody.
What's up, fellas?
What's going on, Kyle?
Not a thing. Just trying to be not Nick.
Just trying to be not Nick. No, you know what?
Rex and the Not Nick sounds like a band.
Yeah, but it's a band that you listen to because it's not Nick.
Watches Thursdays and Saturdays.
Being Nick is pretty cool, man. You've got like a massive vault of stuff that's keyed to your DNA that only Amy can break into. I wouldn't hate being Nick.
We should, he should probably just give her the combination to the safe.
You don't think she has the combination?
It's getting a little dangerous. It's dangling from the ceiling.
No, she does the thing with the contact lens. And she gets his eye thing and she puts it up. You gotta see the movies, man. That's how it works.
Is it like when Loki pulls the eye out?
It's like when Loki pulled the eye out. And before we get started, if you're not watching Loki on Disney Plus, go watch it as soon as we're done.
It's a good series.
It's really good.
Yeah, I've definitely been enjoying it.
To answer JD Smith in the comments, JD, I do them.
Oh, I can't even read the comments. Too far.
Yes, who does our graphics and motion graphics? That's me.
Comments? I know, right? There's comments.
All right. So
what do we got tonight, John?
Nothing. He just turned the computer on. I was just hanging
really?
out.
All right, so we have nothing tonight. No, but that's not true.
That seems
no. I'll tell you what we have before we get started, and we have a ton of really cool stuff, all jokes aside. But before we get started, it's New Comic Book Day, and we're at Dynamite Comics. So I'm going to throw these up here real quick for people to see. These are available today. I bought them, so you should buy them, as someone said to me recently. No, all jokes aside, you should buy them because they're really good stories with really good characters.
And John likes them.
And I do like them. I mean, I've been reading, Vampirella I've been reading since the 70s, I think. Red Sonja was a little bit later, like the 80s.
Thanks, John. Checks in the mail.
This particular run of Vampirella is really cool. It's like a post-apocalyptic setting, something we haven't necessarily seen before.
Right.
And the character being super adorable. She works in everything. I've seen her in space. I've seen her in the past. I've seen her in the future. She's been in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. It always works. It always works. This, I believe, is Luke Lieberman's final issue on this run. Now, people who follow me on social media know whenever Dynamite has a final issue or conclusion to something, I always say conclusion, wink, wink. Obviously, there'll be more Red Sonja. It's gotten significantly easier for me to nag the publisher for more stuff. So you can be pretty sure there'll be more Red Sonja.
Well, you're on a kick. Should we just start with the stuff that came out today?
Sure. These were the books that came out for us today. What else do we have that came out today?
Let's see. Something is Killing Children. You want to start with that?
Sure.
Let's do that.
I want to make sure I grab the... Here we go.
So
James Tynion the fourth. I mean, I don't know what the first three James Tynion's did, but 4.0 is just a superstar. Everything the guy touches turns to gold. He's got like the Midas vibe going on. This is a book where, did we talk about this before? It's already been optioned by someone?
No, I don't think we've talked about it.
And if it hasn't been, it will be. This is the type of thing you want to kind of get in on right away.
And I do know this particular issue is really flying. It's actually selling better than all the previous issues.
Yeah. I mean,
we have 3 different versions tonight.
We have 3.
We have 3. We have
we do have 3. I'm sorry, folks.
Look at that. You didn't do your homework.
I did not do my homework.
That's
I was doing my homework,
later.
but it was not this. This is just, Do we have a list on who the artist is here? Because this is crazy.
Well, we have the variant version. Which one do you have up there now?
I have this one.
That's the variant version, right? Yep, that is. And we have that for number 17. It was the incentive copy, and it is $49.99. And I think we have one for tonight.
It's one. Now I'm going to let you guys know, and we've talked about this before.
If it doesn't sell, John's walking out with it.
No. It's not going to be that bad. But I will say this. You know what? Collectors that are going to like this book are going to wish they'd pick this up now when they're trying to get it at a con and it's $100, or they're going into an LCS and there's one on the wall and 7 of you are fighting rapidly for it at $79.99. If anybody who's been to brick and mortars, anyone who's been to cons knows there's a markup, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that's how it is. You're getting a chance to get this essentially from us, $49.99.
And you know, obviously this is the incentive variant. So
yeah, it's the nice vegan cover. In Kyle speak, it's the vegan cover.
I feel like having a salad.
Did we just?
Are we still there, Kyle?
We're still here.
Okay.
I don't have any information on this one, so I'm just going to let you guys go with it.
We don't have any video. I can't. Can you actually see the book because our video is up? Oh, maybe it's.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe
cool.
It's coming back.
Kyle speaking.
There it is.
There it is.
Back.
We did come back. Somebody's
back.
killing the children. 17.
It's like my TV at home when the cable goes out.
Oh, now we're frozen.
But we're frozen.
You're not actually frozen. You just,
good. Okay.
You know, maybe whoever's in the back room downloading increasingly large, embarrassing files maybe needs to stop.
It's the Gremlins.
And
So-
this version,
This is the glow in the dark version,
this is the glow in the dark version.
which we can't actually show you because then we'd have to turn all the lights off and then you wouldn't see us.
I know. Do we have some kind of like lights out filter, Kyle, that people can see this with?
No. Otherwise, I'd use it every time I'm on screen with Barucci.
All right, I'm going to try to close this window here.
Yeah, close a whole bunch of stuff that's beeping and dinging.
Yeah, we're sort of.
Hold on. I'm going to try to close.
It's like you guys went live and everyone in the world decided to try and contact you. I've been there.
Hold on.
Can you see the people screaming claim in the comment section? That's really all I care about.
Well, that's something. There we go.
I have one person going. It's no one has yelled claim so far, but it's clean. So you guys are good. Your internet is fine.
Okay.
Just getting a lot of dings and bings and notifications that someone is emailing.
Oh, that's just John.
What?
That's just John dinging, all kinds of other stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like you guys. It's like we went live and you all became the most popular people on the planet.
I know,
awesome.
right? That's exactly how
We see ourselves.
Do we have the artist's name on this?
I'm sorry.
Do we have the artist's name on this?
Open it up.
We,
Come on, it's all right.
uh,
You can do it, John.
here's where we go with. I don't want this copy.
You can do it, John.
I actually don't know who's doing this variant cover.
So while you're doing that, so the glow in the dark cover price, and we're selling for cover price obviously tonight. It's $4.99,
Wow.
and then the regular number 17, this one, $3.99 cover price, which is also what we're selling it for. And
Spend the dollar,
we managed to
get
grab
this.
one of each. So for tonight, so that's all we have. So whoever's first will walk away with these, and somebody that is named not John. Okay.
Absolutely not me. I'll tell you right now, people are going to want the glow-in-the-dark version next year, and they're not going to be able to find it for anything because they'll announce the TV show or the movie deal,
Right.
and this glow-in-the-dark version will be like $50, $60, whatever.
Right. And then you have the variant edition.
There's
The
a
incentive variant edition.
And we won't be selling it for $4.99 next year. I can tell you that right now. So if Something is Killing the Children is your jam, this is your chance. Don't sleep on this book, because there's just this buzz, and every time the book comes out, there's more and more. It doubles, and then they're like, this reminds me very much of The Walking Dead. The way
Yes.
you only had like certain people sort of knew about the book, but everybody kind of gave each other the look in the comic book store, like, and you knew. And then, of course, all of a sudden, Walking Dead, #1, 19 printings, all of them anywhere from,
Right.
$3,000, $6,000, crazy amounts of money.
Well, you're on a roll, so let's just keep going with the stuff that came out today.
Well, we have a question. We have a request.
Let me see.
The question is from Chocolate Covered Cosplay. Anything with poison ivy in it?
Oh, let's take a
Do
look.
we have anything with poison
Do we have
ivy?
anything with poison ivy in
I
this
don't
week?
think so, but
What is?
Well, what about our? Do we have a? Is she in any of our DC three packs?
let me see.
So that kind of stuff that we're talking about.
Let me see. On the DC, should we go to the 3-pack next then?
Well,
I mean, if it's got poison ivy in it, Harley Quinn. Who'd she ask? Poison ivy.
Superboy Futures Ed #1, Harley Quinn #75. Let me see. And DC Year of the Villain #1. So
no, I don't.
No.
I have made a note of it. So we will try to bring Poison Ivy on the next show, since we have somebody that requested it. So we want to go through next.
Let's do. Oh boy, this is a nice book. I
Which one
like
did you
this
pick
a
up?
lot. Black Cat #1.
I think that's part of the. Is that part of the 3-pack?
Is it
Marvel
part of the
3-pack? It might be. Hold on, let me check.
Because I just looked at this.
The Marvel 3-pack, the X-Men #1, Dynamic Forces exclusive cover. Then Black Cat #1. And let's see here. And Spider-Gwen #25. And that should be the lenticular cover, which I think is so cool.
Oh man, it's going to be hard to show this cover on camera.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily come out well, but I love lenticular covers.
So yeah, the key to doing a lenticular cover on camera, right, is actually rock it back and forth, top hand and bottom hand, while turning it side to side.
Look at
See, that's
that. John's a professional.
I don't know about that, but
John, your second career as spokesmodel, man.
Hand model. Hold on.
hand model, right?
Yeah.
I just wanted people to see how cool this is.
Turn the back on. So it's lenticular on the front and lenticular on the
On
back.
the back.
That is really cool, though. I remember when the first ones came out. The first lenticular, covers. They weren't, they weren't that good. I mean, they've come a long way.
They really have. This is just a beautiful book. I don't care even necessarily if, like Spider-Gwen is your jam. In the beginning, I wasn't. I thought it was silly. Now I'm a huge fan. I love the character. The book is really, really nice inside.
So
My favorite about this time when Marvel was doing these lenticulars, they did one called Marvel Legacy, and I'm screaming at the TV. I'm screaming at the book. It doesn't lenticle. It doesn't change. It doesn't change. And then somebody points out, Kyle, it's not a changing picture. It's changing color.
Oh,
They could change color in a lenticular variant now to take it from color to black and white.
I'd be really concerned, Kyle, if you were screaming at the book and the book answered you.
Well, they do that sometimes.
we do that sometimes.
If I'm going to pay for a lenticular book for my customers, it needs to actually do the thing. And they're like, Kyle, it does the thing, just not the thing you expect.
It's not the thing you thought it was going to do.
Right. And I'm going,
What?
So real quick, just to cover what's in the 3-pack set, right? So we have the X-Men #1, the Dynamic Forces exclusive cover. All right, so that's a rare book to get your hands on. Black Cat #1 with the comic sketch art, and then the Spider-Gwen #25 lenticular cover, both front and back. And for tonight, we're going to do let's do the 3-pack for $30 because I like nice even numbers. What do you think?
$29.99.
He's getting dangerous already, Kyle.
No.
I'm going to kick John off the show.
Rex will be back by himself.
I will replace him with another non-Nick.
It'll be Rex, non-Nick, and non-John.
No.
A new band, kind of like when the Beatles broke up.
That Adam Hughes cover is, well, like every Adam Hughes cover is amazing. $30 this is Nick's idea of kind of giving back to the comic book community. Collectors, I hear this all the time. I talk about this. the collectors are, of course, well, Nick talks about this part all the time. Collectors are the lifeblood of the medium, right? I see this all the time. People want collectibles, but they feel the price point, it's not within their budget or whatever. This kind of thing is a great way. 3 books that you are not going to find on the shelves, you're not going to find in stores, and you're probably not going to find in cons this year anyway, for $30.
Yeah, I mean, Dynamic Forces, I mean, has always been doing this. For years, they've been putting together packs. The idea is to encourage people to jump into
to kind of, like I said, people, I almost feel to a certain extent that people have gotten like a little bit distracted, right? They're doing movies and TV shows and cartoons and video games, and they've kind of almost missing out on the source material. And I think when you have a strong grasp of the source material, you enjoy all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good point. I mean, I think that some of it's gotten lost. I mean, I know that the movies and everything else and the TV series that we're seeing a lot of, brings a new type of collector, a new type of fan into the fold. But sometimes that connection is lost. And I think Nick brought it up on Saturday, is that, this is where it's all coming from. This is the source material, all the ideas.
Well, we have a sold 3-pack.
Ooh, cool.
Chocolate Covered Cosplay is going to take a 3-pack.
Cool.
Nice.
So if you purchase anything tonight, please fill out the form that will be in the comments momentarily here in the comments.
Amy. Yes. Hold on. Amy's yelling at us. You got to give us a second, Kyle. What, Amy? Hold on, everybody.
I'm sorry, guys. I gotta double check my records.
Okay, double check your records.
We miss it.
Watch that harness. Don't trip over the
I know,
carabiner.
Mm-hmm. Jason, if you want to claim something, just put it in the comments. Just say, hey, I want to buy that thing in the comments. But make sure you, unless it's something like a 3-pack or something like that where you can't really give it, make sure you give an issue number and a title.
Yes, and for the 3-packs, the starter sets, just mention the starter set or the 3-pack.
Yeah, just say 3-pack or starter set, but everything else, give me like a Amazing Fantasy 15.
Yes,
and that way we know what you're talking about. And if we're selling an Amazing Fantasy 15, you're gonna have to outbid me. You're gonna have to be quicker than I am. So,
but remember to put Marvel or DC because we have both tonight. So we have a Marvel 3-pack and a DC 3-pack. So make sure you differentiate between the two because we're not that smart. So we'll get confused.
Hey, I didn't
say that out loud. I forgot.
I didn't order this.
I forgot. When your lips are moving, it's not thinking anymore. Okay. All right. So I got that down. All right. So what should we move to next?
You know what? I think maybe
you want to do a remark.
A remark alert.
John loves his remarks.
I love remarks. I've talked about this. I'll continue to talk about this until people are muting me on social media. This is Batman 75, signed and remarked with a very, very cool Bane sketch by Ken Hazer. I mean, this is about as Batman as it gets, City of Bane. This is, you've got the holofoil seal, certificate of authenticity on the back. I will not be taking this out because this book is way too nice to be in.
Come on, John. Take a risk.
No, this book is
live on the edge.
No, this book is way too nice.
So, like with a lot of the remarks that we get, we have one tonight for sale.
Yeah, I was gonna say we have one of these, right? This
is one we have one. Regular retail is $89.99. I don't know. What do you think? I know it's sold out on our website.
I was going to say, I think $89.99 is pretty good for a book that's sold out on our site.
Come on, where's the fun in that? I mean, come on, this is what we do.
We need a Ouija board to summon the spirit of Nick.
I don't touch Ouija boards. And don't they have to be dead?
Oh, that's true. Right. We can just text Nick. We don't need to summon him.
All right,
so brain dead, maybe.
One for $75. Let's do $75. John.
It's Batman 75. We're going to sell it for $75.
I like that.
We only have the one.
We have this is one and done, and this is absolutely beautiful. We've talked about how remark covers are sort of like the gateway to original art. Original art is, for a lot of people, it's out of their budget.
Yeah.
But this isn't. You know what I mean? There are people that are like, I'd love original art. And then they go to some site hopefully reputable, and it's hundreds of dollars, and they're crushed. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Do you know what a remark is? And a lot of times they don't know what a remark cover is. And it's very cool to sort of break someone into that and say, look, these are the original art. Sometimes there's multiple sketches on the same cover. Usually really cool stuff.
And really, no two are alike because, I mean, it's really impossible.
It's really, we had the different Thor covers.
That's right.
And each
sold.
Sold. Okay,
never mind. You don't have to talk about it anymore.
Oh, I'm done.
It's gone.
Thank you.
Sorry.
That was a quick remark alert.
Good pickup, Jason.
It's gone. John was hoping that,
Kyle didn't even have time to get the remark alert.
Every now and again, I catch John trying to hide stuff in the back. It's like going to the department store, and you find something you really like, and you hide it.
Rex, I don't know what happened. Vampirella number 1
wasn't
black and
there.
white didn't sell at all.
And then he tries to push Amy under the bus. Like Amy must have
put it back.
She must have lost it, or maybe it's on her desk, or something like that.
Fat kid at the candy store.
All right, so now that we're done with that,
we're done with this one.
So
I'm gonna turn it around just because I think it's unfair to leave it sit up there. And who bought this? Jason,
one of our new guys tonight. Jason.
Hey, Jason, you got a great one.
Yes, welcome to the fam.
These clumsy hands have not touched your book. It does come with the hollow foil seal, which you can remove carefully. They're manufactured to be made that way that you can remove them. Carefully put it on the side of the book, take your book out and read it.
Certificate of authenticity.
The COA is on the back. Nick talks about this all the time. There's Hollywood memorabilia, there's sports memorabilia. Everything is sort of in plastic, sealed, and inert gases protected from light and radiation. Comic books are something that there's like a visceral experience when it's in your hand.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? And by the hollow foil seal being made the way it is, come off, you can read your book carefully, put it back in, seal it up, and then you kind of get this nice back like this here.
Yeah, beyond.
So don't get confused.
Oh, here we go. This.
Cool. You know what? We're gonna.
Thank
you, Amy.
Not for
John.
All right. So now we're clear. So there can be no mistaking it. Okay. Amy, the next sold out ones that you write, make sure you also write not for John. Okay, just so we're clear, so he can't try to get through on a loophole. Thank you, Amy. And everybody say thank you to Amy. Otherwise, none of this would happen. It would just be
it's Vampirella.
Yeah, it'd just be me and John with a stack of comics without knowing what they are anyway. And then John will tell you, about how much he loves this comic, and then half of them will disappear with John at the end of the night.
Nick's just waiting for me to Venmo him the money.
Yeah, right. So what are we looking at? Is that
one
Dark Powers? Or?
I absolutely love. No, this is Vampirella. This is issue number 1 of the Nancy Collins run.
There you go.
I was fortunate enough to kind of chat a little bit with Nancy Collins on Twitter while she was doing this. And when you get a writer who, quote unquote, gets it, she dials into the character, she dials into the fan vibe. It's a beautiful thing. If you read this book, this particular cover is, I think it is Jay Anacleto. Black and white. People who follow me on social media know I never shut up about black and white covers and single color colors.
I love the black and white. I love the blood red that we have sometimes.
The blood red is really good.
Yes, we do.
We do have blood red. We're going to get to that too.
So retail price on this is $50. I think we have one again.
No, I was going to say, do we have one of these again?
I think we have one.
This is another one.
We may have more, but I'm not sure. And we'll do the Nick thing.
We'll do this 1969.
69? We'll do it for 1969 tonight.
Year Vampirella appeared. $19.69. And you said this is what at the site? $50?
50.
It's $50. And this is worth every bit of $50 too. It is beautiful. It very much has the 60s, 70s vibe of the Warren magazines.
Yeah. And it had, when you look at these black and whites and the blood reds, there's a cleanness to it, to the cover, and that really kind of brings out that I get kind of lost when it's
I
colored.
do. I really maybe it's because I'm old. I'm an old fan, but some of the colors, some of the art styles now, it's almost like too busy for my old fanboy eyes to like fully appreciate everything.
Too much sensory input.
It's too much sensory input. So when we get a book where it's, the blood red variant, I'm super happy.
Right.
So just as a note for our viewers, on the original notes that were sent to me for this show, this book was do not discount from $50. But of course, we're doing what we want because we're the Not Nicks, and it's $19.69 now. So, if you're not claiming it,
hey Kyle, do you play an instrument? I'm thinking with a name like that, we should really seriously consider starting.
Believe it or not, 2 careers ago, I was a touring professional musician.
Look at that! See, we already got a professional.
Is it?
Yeah, John.
2 careers ago.
I don't know if that's true or not, but maybe we'll find out before the end of the show.
Man, I wish I had learned how to play an instrument so I could have wound up.
I've often joked about starting a band called That Band from the Comics. And it's just all comic book people who play instruments and sing and stuff. And we would only play at Comic-Con.
We might, you know what? We might
1 gig a year.
Some sort of contest where you send us a short video of them playing an instrument.
More cowbell.
And somebody win a prize. More cowbell. You can never have enough cowbell. But so $50 retail, the Vampirella #1.
That was not
black
supposed
and
to
white,
be discounted.
ultra limited. That is not supposed to be discounted. $50. I said 1969. Did I say that?
Mm-hmm.
You said that. Let's be clear.
Oops.
So when Amy comes over with the pink slip, not mine.
Hey, Amy.
Hey, Amy.
Yeah, no, like I said, in the words of the immortal Eric Cartman, whatever we do, what do we want?
There you go, man. Fair enough.
Amy's glaring at me. I just want to say that, or maybe she's glaring at John. I hope it's John.
No, shout out to Covered Cosplay. They actually said thank you. That's my first shout out from a fan. Thank you so much. You're welcome.
And they gave you a virtual hug. Let's be real.
Yes, virtual hug.
Nice.
So nice.
We appreciate you, Amy. Don't hurt me. What do you want to do next?
I want to just give people one more look at this real quick before we move on. People who watch the show, people who follow me on social media, they know Dynamite's my thing. There's a uniqueness. There's a uniqueness to some of the stuff they're doing that speaks to me as a fan. The market is so many choices now.
Yes, that's true.
And a lot of it good. I'm not saying it's they're not good choices, but I'm trying to think of a way to put this. People don't have to settle for anything anymore. You can find what you look for. There was a period of time in collecting comics where I was buying them almost out of obligation. I didn't read some of the stuff. Then books came along, publishers came along that really sort of reignited my passion for comics. Dynamite was one of them. And the books have a similar but unique vibe.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think, if you said, well, there's a Marvel studio look, there's a DC studio look, there's Dark Horse studio look, the Vampirella studio look, if you want to use that term, is very much in my wheelhouse. And I can tell when people come over and look at my comics, they're like, what is this?
Well, I think it's important. I mean, it's certainly DC and Marvel, been around a long time and put out some fantastic stuff. Obviously, a huge draw in terms of movies and TV series, but really it's publishers like Dynamite that bring you something that you're not going to see, that you're not going to get from DC and Marvel. And that keeps the industry alive. It keeps the hobby alive. It brings more people in because everybody's tastes are a little bit different.
Yeah. And people's tastes change over the years.
Yes, they do.
You know what I mean? The same guys that were killing each other to get Lobo's chromium die cut prismatic 5D cover are now dads.
That's a very busy cover.
You know what I mean? And they're just like, what did I ever see in this?
Right.
And so I remember there was a time where I was not the biggest fan of pulp characters. And now I can't imagine life without Shadow, without, some of the other kind of things that we've done. Enough about me. What?
And it's that time, fellas, to take a break.
I was going to say, is it time for a break? I didn't want to start another book because I know sometimes people dislike where we show a book and then they go to break. And you're like, oh, come on, man. So when we come back, we'll have something kind of cool. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay. Well, I mean, it doesn't help me get ready, but we'll figure it out when we get back after these words from, I guess, me. We're back.
To be continued. 3 little words that hold the secret to the next great story. 3 words that will thrill you, confound you, give life to new possibilities. Every variation of To Be Continued is a promise of adventure, a promise of excitement, a promise of unseen wonders and unexplored worlds. A promise that every issue you read makes you a part of a never-ending journey. And behind every page, there will be an unopened door waiting for you. This story to be continued at your local comic book shop today. Visit comicshoplocator.com today.
What's up, from the comics, Rex and not Nick's. I am Kyle, apparently the person responsible for this terrible idea, and that's Rex and John over there in the other screen, and they have great books for you to see. But before we get to them, I want to remind you guys, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at @the_EXP1. Sign up for the mailing list over at comicshoppingexperience.com. And stay tuned after our show for a brand new sales show. Kicking it with Henri and Kevin, who are doing something that no other show on our brand is doing, in terms of they're starting tonight. So nobody else is starting tonight. But also they do something.
We'll be watching. John and I will be watching.
The first time I ever saw those guys, if you're interested, I watched Henri kick a kickboxing dummy, and I thought he kicked Kevin in the first 7 seconds of his show. Like, I'm going, this show is about to be violent. I'm here for it.
Man, that should be like an ankle kick.
We'll just let Amy kick both of us.
That's fair enough. And I know, honestly, that's probably what the audience wants to see anyway.
Probably.
Right?
So stay tuned for that immediately following our show tonight in about 90 minutes from now. So, what do we got?
Instagram,
yes,
Facebook, Twitter, wherever we are, find us.
If you like what we're doing, me and John,
subscribe, follow.
And if you don't like what me and John are doing, do it anyway.
And hit the notification bell.
Yes.
One of the things people always do is they forget to hit the notification bell, and then after you're done, they're like, "Oh, I missed it." Hit the bell, and you'll get a little heads up that Rex and John are coming out to Ruin Comics again.
Now,
that's going to be the name of the new show.
What?
Rex and John Ruin Comics.
Yeah, there we go. I actually like that one. That one's a good one.
I'll have new graphics for next week. I have new graphics for next week.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not going to fly.
Real quick, because Chocolate Covered Cosplay had asked about Poison Ivy, we're going to bring back something we had on Saturday. The Pride #1.
She is right here.
And it what did we go for last week? $9.99. I don't care, whatever. It's $9.99 now. I can't remember what we did last week.
I think that's cover on it. Yes.
What's that?
I sure hope it wasn't $60 last week.
I think that's cover on it. DC Pride #1. I think it was a $9.99 cover price.
I believe you.
But I will tell you this much: it is sold out in most comic book stores. So getting it for cover right now is a really good price. And if you collect first appearances, there's a first appearance in the story in this book written by Steve Orlando.
Oh.
So not only do you get a great Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy story, a great Batgirl story, a Midnighter and
Apollo story.
No, Apollo's not in it. It's Midnighter and somebody else, and I'm gonna blank on it.
Oh.
This is gonna make me angry, but also a first appearance in this book.
This is gonna make me
Don't be angry, Kyle.
Don't be angry. It's comic books.
I know who it is too. Like I can see if I can see the character in my head, but I can't think of what their name is.
That's a sign.
I should just be able to say it's a Jim Lee cover, and we can move on. But I think that was Chocolate Covered Cosplay was looking for Poison Ivy.
Yes.
So on the break, we wanted to
find something with
grab
Poison
something
Ivy.
with Poison Ivy in it on the cover. Really nice looking work. Hearts next to Harley. It's Jim Lee. He draws so well, they put him in charge of the little company.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Extraño. It's Midnighter and Extraño.
There you go.
Okay. Wow. I would not have gotten that right.
Google's a wonderful thing.
Well, no, it was. I actually looked at my notes from when I interviewed Steve Orlando about it.
Gotcha.
So, and he, it's funny. Just as an aside, as we talk about this book, he created a character in his story in DC Pride, and he created a character in his book in his part of Marvel Pride. That was one of his conditions to doing the book, is that he got to create a new character.
Nice.
In each story. So, really, really cool book from him. And the list of people who worked on this book, I just want to throw this out there for you guys. Sina Grace, James Tinian IV, Steve Orlando, Mariko Tamaki, Vita Ayala, Klaus Janson, Amy Reeder, Chris Anka, Travis Moore, Nick Robles. You've got the Jim Lee cover. You also have a Scott Williams and a Tamaro Bovillian cover, and the best cover, the cover that most people are after. And it's like going for $50-$60 online, gone everywhere, Jen Bartel. But I think this cover really does do the most justice to the most characters. And it's that iconic DC look that Jim Lee brings to so many covers on these anthology series.
It's the group shot. DC has been super fortunate. DC has always had artists that are good at the group shot.
Right.
Or the George Perez shot, I guess you would call it now. And that I guess it's the Jim Lee shot currently. And then, so kids, if you want to work for DC someday, learn to draw 72 characters on one cover.
On one cover, right?
Man, can you guys tell I've been talking about this book a lot?
A little bit.
Wilfredo is going to take a DC Pride. Thank you, Wilfredo.
Wilfredo. All yours.
Oh, hey, Wilfredo. What's going on, buddy? Hope you're doing well tonight.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks, everybody, for joining us.
Exactly. Thanks for spending your Wednesday evening with us.
Thanks for letting Rex in your home and me tag along.
Rex and the No Nicks.
Right.
So, what do you want to do next?
You want to pick one? You go ahead and pick one.
All right, I'll pick one. You know what? Let's go with this one.
Nice.
Let's go old school. Tom DeFalco.
This is you get Elite Gold Signature Series signed by Tom DeFalco, who I understand has written one or two comics in his life. 1 or 2,000.
And a classic cover.
Yeah, the classic cover. This is the I just finished. I was a little bit behind. And everybody absolutely loves the symbiote, Venom, whatever you want to call it. I just finished reading, I can't remember what it was, Spider-Man Life Through the Years or whatever, and they just had the one.
Real quick, I just want to personally thank Wilfredo for taking off work tonight and coming back to watch us. That is so.
Oh, wow, that's awesome, Wilfredo.
That's awesome.
Thanks, man. And next time you could probably just watch us on your phone at work.
I know.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. But thanks, Wilfredo. I mean, Wilfredo's been hanging with us for several shows. So we appreciate it, buddy. We really
How many
do.
of these do we have?
I think we may only have one.
I was just saying, if we only have one, we have exactly one.
I think we may only have one.
Either that or Amy was giving me a very nasty rude finger gesture, but it's either one comic.
Oh, she does that to everybody. That's not just you.
Oh, it turned
Don't
out it
feel
was
special.
both, actually. There's one comic.
So $89.99 is a retail. On this one, we can't get crazy. So
It's
we can get a little-
$89.97.
It's signed.
$89.97. Is that what it says?
No, it's signed. You know, it's
Let's-
signed by Tom.
My notes are don't discount it, but I will pony up to 2 pennies to go
So-
down to $89.97.
So what year did 252 hit the newsstands?
Oh,
Come on. Should I do
Oof.
this little Jeopardy thing? Dun,
oh
dun,
man,
dun,
maybe
dun, dun.
84.
You didn't form it in a question.
Oh,
You just asked like 84.
What?
Like,
It was
what
a
is
question.
1984?
What is 1984?
Yes. Okay. So you don't get the points, but somebody out there will get it for, what do we want to do? $84?
You know what? $84 I think works.
Yeah, we
That's-
can't really. We can't mess around. Too
There's
much with this
certain
one.
things where this is, and of course you've got
and it is hand signed by Tom
it's
DeFalco.
hand signed by Tom DeFalco.
In
You've got your
and the gold
certificate of
edition.
authenticity, elite gold signature series. When I cannot stress enough how I will not be taking this book out of the plastic, but it does have the holofoil seal, which is made to be carefully removed by fingers not this fat. Foil put on the side of the book. You can read your book, which we've talked about a bunch of times. It's really part of the experience. You
Yeah,
know what
I mean, it's
the way books feel.
Exactly.
I mean, I buy books digitally sometimes too. You know, I get lazy. I want to read something immediately, 2 a.m.
Yep.
You know, there I am. But for the most part, there's just that thing about sitting in a comfy chair or a quiet spot or parking somewhere in a truck with a hot chocolate and your comics and just sort of enjoying that, you know, the way they feel, the way they smell, especially old books.
I
But
guarantee that whenever John is here handling the books, he is not allowed to drink hot chocolate. I'm just saying, okay? But I mean, it's kind of like kind of like, you know, when you look at gold. Okay, if you have a bunch of gold bricks that you're you know, put away in your safe or whatever is one thing. But if you have a gold ring, you want to wear it.
you want to wear it. No,
Yeah.
I think that's a great point. This is something that you can actually read in your hands, enjoy, see DeFalco's signature in gold, and it's nice and clear. We've talked about this before. Absolutely no disrespect is intended to anyone, but some signatures almost look like, you know, cardiograph readings or something. You look at this and you can actually tell the doctor prescription pad. You can actually tell Tom DeFalco signed that in the gold ink. It's so nice. And of course, the story is one of the things I like about comics, love about comics, is they're transportational. Here we are, 2021. You take the book, you open it. If you're a reader of a certain age, it takes you back to the 80s.
It does. You're right.
You know, it really takes you back to the age for, you know, the ads, whatever, the style in particular, the hairstyles. You know, like I'll read books from the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, and I can watch, you know, the bell bottoms come and go, the turtlenecks come and go. You know what I mean? It's just so cool.
The skinny tie of the 80s.
Skinny tie. Somebody said if you read the X-Men, Professor X is always in a suit. The only thing that changes in the decades is the width of his tie.
Yes, that's
in
true.
In the 80s, it's almost like a stripe, right?
Yep.
In the 70s, it's, you know, he's like on the cast of Mad Men. You know, in the 2000s now, he's got like a light suit or something.
Well,
so it's,
you know, I mean, comics, you know, even, you know, literature, any type of literature or, you know, comic books, you know, that type of thing. It really marks that age too, you know, because it's a reflection of that time. So, you know, when you go back and you read, you know, older issues or, you know, whether they be reprints or whatever the case may be, it brings you back to that particular time in you know, American history. What do you got there?
this is.
Oh, is that the Alex Ross one?
This is Alex Ross, and
Oh,
I know
that's a good
immediately when people hear that, it's like saying Shazam. You hear Alex Ross, and immediately everybody kind of perks up. Or
We're going to
whatever.
have to take that one out.
It's just a beauty. You're going to have to take this one out. This is just an absolute beautiful color. Amazing Spider-Man 1.1 Silver Signature Series. 3 books here, right?
Yep, you get
1.1,
1.2,
1.2, and 1.3.
Here, let me open it.
Written by Dan Slott. Slot is a guy that's in for all day. He gets on a book and he just takes it places. You know, I say this all the time. Slot almost reminds me of the guys at the carnival who control the rides. You know what I mean? He kind of knows what's going to be happening, and he takes you for these amazing journeys. $1.1. Here, why don't you hold this? First one's all of these other two. Thank you, sir. 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3.
All three of them signed.
All three of them signed.
And these are from the first 6 numbered, I think, actually.
Are they?
These are all this one's number 1.
Yeah, these are number 1.
Yeah, so it is
Down.
what's that? Is that upside down? What?
One of them's upside down.
One of them's upside
John,
down.
one of them upside down.
That's the one John has. I can't help
What?
him.
No, that was totally me having the book upside down. I'm sorry about that.
So you're getting all 3 in the set, all 3 signed by Alex Ross.
Look at Aunt May's
Much
face
better.
here.
Amy's really going to beat you
Aunt
up.
May's face here. The huge, now iconic Alex Ross signature in silver.
And really, I mean, you know, the realism of
There's
of his
nothing
art.
I can say after I say the words Alex Ross. The best description of Ross's work I heard is he's comic books Norman Rockwell. You see Alex Ross work, you immediately know what it is. Your socks are blown off. It's timeless work. You know.
So retail price is $300. What do you think?
I think $100 a book is fair. Let's just call it a day. It's $300, everybody.
John does that because he's hoping nobody will buy it and then he can walk home with it.
Kyle,
But
you think I have $300 in the console of my car?
I would bet you do, especially if you went out and invested in that car safe I've been telling you about for several weeks now, John.
it's okay. It's all in change. So you
No,
know,
I
if you're
don't
going to take his
Right,
money,
he's just gonna walk in with like 65 pounds of rolled quarters.
exactly.
It's hidden in the visor.
Okay.
Nobody will find the money there.
It'll take you. That's a big visor. But all right, so you got 1.1, 1.2, Silver Signature Series, 3 books. Each one of them signed by Alex Ross. So when you're looking at right there, I think it's all number 1s.
Yes.
And $300 is the retail price. What do you think? Should we do that year thing again?
Oh. With this?
Yeah, let's do it, John. Come on.
All right.
Live dangerously.
Spider-Man came out in 1962.
So
That is correct, sir.
Not correct? So
again,
why don't we
form a
do
question. What is 1962?
what is 1962? 196.20, which is a
I'm not going to argue. You know me. I go with, you know.
Good, because I've been waiting for you to get to this point for like 30 seconds after he started talking about years. I just typed it in.
I'm sorry. So we were at Kyle spoiled it for everybody. Spoilers.
I'm just fast. I know what year Spider-Man happened.
What? I'll tell you, even at $300, these are just. I freely admit I'm a huge mark for Alex Ross. I spend freely. I've had to be talked down off the ledge at Comic-Con when he has his pop-up galleries.
Most of those cons are on the first floor.
There was very much a conversation in 2017 about someone wanting to buy my car, so I would get enough money to buy a piece of Alex Ross artwork I wanted, Legion of Superheroes.
Were we going to take the bus home with the artwork?
No, the guy who was with me was going to drive me home, but he was only going to leave me at the driveway because he didn't want to hear about how I was going to explain to my wife how we were missing a car. But I had this really cool
That was a bad idea because you could have just gone and said, somebody's stealing my car.
I know, right? No, the guy saw me looking at it, and we were talking, and I said I'd have to sell a car to buy this thing, and he said, "Oh, what kind of car?" And he's a car guy, and we started talking, and my friend was like, "Dude, what are you doing?" Alex Ross says that kind of effect on a lot
there
of
are
people.
Alex Ross fans here that will trade their car, okay, for his art.
Oh, I absolutely would.
So one of the fun things about my life is that I'm friends with Alex Ross's business managers.
Sal?
Well, Sal and Chris Rupp.
Fun as it almost sounded when you first said it.
Right. No, yeah, it's but it's I get to see a lot of like Chris will text me like screenshots of stuff like lithos and stuff that they're doing, and it's like, oh, that's so beautiful. How much is it gonna cost? And then he'll send me the number of zeros. I'll go, oh.
I've heard people complain, and I'll tell you right now, when you have works of art that sell for hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars, no amount, and I've been to some really nice museums. My wife is always trying to culture me up. Good luck. We've gone to places, we've gone to museums in the UK, Canada. Nothing has ever made me want to crack open my wallet like Alex Ross. If some artist I can't even pronounce is getting $3 million for a picture of a foot, I'm all in giving someone a pink slip for an Alex Ross.
The first time I saw his artwork, I mean, it looked, the realism, I mean, it looked like a photograph.
Well, I think, I might be wrong, but I think Marvels was sort of the first like full exposure thing he did was Marvels. And I think when you saw the cover, everyone I knew who was at the comic book store that day had the same reaction. Like they stopped and looked again, and people couldn't tell. We were just starting to get some CGI, like computer generated type books or whatever. And for a second, you couldn't figure out exactly what you were looking at. And then you realized somebody painted this. And everybody's blown away. Every copy of Marvels disappeared off the shelf literally within minutes of the person unlocking the door. And I remember we're sitting out at the boardwalk. There was Boardwalk Comics, which unfortunately is no longer there. And we were sitting at the Wildwood Boardwalk reading this book. And we were just, and the funny thing is, we're on the boardwalk, you know, it's windy, sandy, whatever. People have their lime rickies. All of a sudden, you realize, oh my God, this guy is going to be hugely famous. Yep. And I've ruined this book with my wet, limey, Ricky fingers or whatever.
Sand blowing out of the board.
Sand is blowing into the pages. That's the funny thing is, though, to this day, I go down to Wildwood, visit friends or whatever. I'm on the boardwalk, Sam's Pizza, Lime Ricky. First thing I think of is Marvel's #1. Sitting there just being like wowed that someone had this level of ability. Right. And I have a lot of respect for, I can't draw, I can't write comics. Essentially, I can buy comics. That's my skill in comics. But
and the creators thank
what you can really do is hide them behind the rack and try and sneak out with them is what you do.
Yeah, that's why I have Amy here. She's pretty much put a tracker on all
I'll tell you right now.
Just as an aside, well, you know, because I don't think it's been mentioned yet, these are numbers matching books, guys. This is like finding a Shelby with the original engine. So you've got if you get number 1 of however many sets there were, all 3 are #1. It's a numbers matching set.
Exactly. We've got
yeah, well, Fredo was right. He's just talking about Marvels is just it's legendary. It's legendary. You don't even have to say anything else beyond that. Marvels is the type of thing where you look at it, and I probably have 4 to 5 different versions of Marvels every time they kind of reissue it, hardcover, softcover. I keep buying it. This is an opportunity. $300 this is for, and you're getting it at $196, so you're getting 34% off.
Are we doing the math thing again? That's what you guys in the math thing.
Well, you know what? For some people, and I know I needed this to be explained to me, my initial reaction is to buy everything, right? And you should buy what appeals to you. Unfortunately, when everything appeals to you, you need to have 4 jobs. So you need to at least. Oh, yeah, I know, right? You need to sort of be able to put it in a perspective that makes sense for your budget.
No, exactly.
You know what I mean? It really does. And I want people to buy, I don't care what book you buy. If it speaks to you, it's the same with original art. It's the same with the remark covers. It's the same with the trading cards. You buy what you like.
And you know, I mean, we always try to bring something for everyone's budget.
Yeah.
Except for John's, because John likes everything. So the budget
unfortunately,
pretty much is break the bank. I feel bad for your wife. She must be a lovely woman.
She's at one of her 3 jobs. That's how
So once again, you're getting Amazing Spider-Man 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, Silver Signature
numbers
Series. Matching number set.
Signed by Alex Ross.
And we've got a handful of these at best.
Yeah, there's not a ton of these. So if you're thinking about these, you know, act sooner rather than later. My understanding is we're going to do this at 196.20 until 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
So
Eastern
that's
time.
maybe an hour. So you've got about
an hour and 4 minutes.
hour and 4 minutes. So you've got a little bit.
And
of time,
so
but
we've been on this one for a while. Let's try and get one more in before the break here.
I will say this though: if we've spent a lot of time on this one, it's with good reason.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. But let's let's try and hit a single issue here before the break.
What do you want to do?
If I'm grabbing something that's in a pack, tell me. Okay.
No, you are not grabbing something that's in
Batman and the Signal #1, signed by Scott Snyder. Art and cover by Cully Hammer. This book is just too cool. I mean,
signed by Scott Snyder. We have 3, and we have it was originally limited to an edition of 140, and the retail price is $39.99. We have 2 of 140, 3 of 140, and 14 of 140.
That's what I have right here is 14 of 140.
And what are we gonna do? Let's do that year thing again. I'm really into that now. So $19.39.
Okay. You don't have to convince me. This is an amazing book signed by Scott Snyder for $19.
To everybody except John. For John, $39.99.
I know, right? For me, you've got your COA and your holofoil seal here, so you can carefully, as long as you don't have sausage fingers, take this book out, read it, enjoy it, then carefully put it back in.
Wilfredo wants a number. Wilfredo, do you want 2, 3, or 14, buddy?
Yeah, just let us know which one you want. And I'm going to try to get a little bit closer here. I want people to see like that quintessential Batman face. You know, that face like, you know, he ordered something in a restaurant and the wrong thing came and he's unhappy. You know,
he's really unhappy.
Is Batman ever happy?
No.
But
he's sending that order back.
This Bat Karen was not happy with this.
Take number 2.
He'll take number 2. All right, you got
Thanks
it.
again, Wilfredo.
Thank you, Wilfredo. This is, we still have a couple left?
We have 3 and 14 left.
And again, this 1939 price is till 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock Eastern time. So if you're in the West Coast, that doesn't apply.
I know, right?
Because it'll be what?
It's
5 o'clock West Coast time.
We've talked about this before. A lot of stuff is spun out of the pages of Metal.
Yeah.
Metal has been like the next thing. DC is really good at like having one event reshapes their universe, right? We've had a post-crisis universe. We've had a post-52 universe. Now we're currently living in, I guess you would call it a post-metal or maybe a metal universe. This is one of these things where it's just a fun read. And you're not going to find this on a wall at your LCS or at a con for $19.39.
So it's Batman and the Signal #1, signed by Scott Snyder, tonight until 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
$19.39. And Wilfredo picked up number 2, so we only have number 3 and number 14 of 140 left.
Well, you've got, a little bit of time.
Yep.
So are we at the break, Kyle?
Yeah, let's go ahead and take that quick break. We'll be right back after these words from our sponsors, which is just me. So we'll be back in just a minute. Once I click the thing. Welcome back, everybody. This is Comics Collectibles with Dynamic Forces. We are Rex and the Not Nicks, which is a name we'll work on, I promise.
I like it.
Or not. Yeah.
I don't like it. It's good. I mean,
so we had just shown you. What had we just shown everybody? Batman and the Signal. Yes.
So just to recap real quick, right? So going from Batman and the Signal.
Again. This is just I know people are like, he just showed this. It's 1939 for Scott Snyder's signature. You go to a con and you wait to get a signature from Scott Snyder. I tell this story all the time. I was in San Diego a couple of years ago. The poor guy, we were at a restaurant, the Gaslight. The poor guy couldn't even eat his dinner. I mean, you had fans that were sort of asking the server, hey, can you slide this over to his table for a signature? And the guy is as nice as could be, but I'm like, he was like 4 or 5 tables over from us. And I was like, come on, man, let the guy eat. I mean, he creates the books all years. Let him have his steak. Jeez.
So to recap real quick, Batman and the Signal #1, signed by Scott Snyder for $19.39. We had the Amazing Spider-Man 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 Silver Signature Series signed by Alex Ross, matching numbered three comic set for $196.20. We had the Marvel 3-pack set, which includes X-Men #1, Dynamic Forces exclusive cover, Black Cat #1, sketch art exclusive variant, and Spider-Gwen #25 lenticular variant. And that's $30 for all 3 comics. And let's see, what else did we do? We did the Amazing Spider-Man #252 with the Gold Elite Signature Series Edition, signed by writer Tom DeFalco.
Hold on a second. I just want to throw this again. This is one of these books where the image is just, I don't even know if iconic is the right word, but it's one of these images that if you collect comics, you know this image. There's this, there's Hulk and Wolverine. There's a few others. When they introduced that black costume, you can make the argument that in terms of Spider-Man, everything is pre-black costume and post-black costume. I know now there's a million versions of Spider-Man with different costumes, and that's awesome. But until very recently, you basically had pre- and post-black costume.
No, exactly. The Batman 75 Bane sketch is sold out. And then we had the Vampirella #1. Black and white, ultra limited, and that one was $19.69 for the first year that Vampirella appeared. And then
I don't know how long this is going to be available to people, so I just right. I haven't bought anything, and we're like an hour into the show. So,
well, I'm sorry, that has a Not John label on it.
Oh, does it?
Yes,
Oops.
it does. I'm sorry.
One of the reasons I do the show is so I'm a line.
You'll have
jumper.
to talk to Nick afterwards. So
I'm a line jumper.
I can't help you here. And then we started off the show with Something Is Killing the Children. 3 different versions.
We can't say enough about this book, and of course nobody else can either. You go to any site, comic books, any Facebook group, any Twitter chat. This is what they're talking about. My guess is 2022, 2023. Something Is Killing the Children. It's probably going to show up on HBO Max, Netflix, one of these kind of streaming services. Everybody's buying content right now.
So new release today. So the incentive variant is $49.99. The regular version is $3.99 cover price, and then the glow in the dark variant is $4.99 cover price.
This thing is so cool. I really wish we had a way to show you the kind of glow in the darkness.
We got to figure out a way to do that, Kyle. We got to figure out a way to show glow in the dark on the video.
As long as you have the giant windows in the front of the building,
it's
going to be difficult.
I think it's a deal where
if you call back those contractors that messed everything up a few weeks ago and have them take them out, maybe you can get it done.
It's been my life, Kyle. I've been sitting in this office while they drill it.
Well, Nick, we can't work in the solarium trying to sell.
I can't even focus in silence anymore. So, all right. So, you want to do the Dynamite trio?
Absolutely. I'm sitting here looking at this.
Wilfredo asks, is it a set? Wilfredo, what were you talking about? Is what a set? Let me know what you mean.
I think he means this. Someone's killing his children. It can be. If something is killing your children, it can absolutely be a set.
Oh yeah, it could be.
I mean, we could make it into one. I don't think it was originally intended to be, but we can make one.
Well, here, watch this.
Now it's a set.
Now
Hey, look, it's a set.
Look at that.
That's what I mean.
Magic. I just turned it into a set. Poof. Now set. Okay.
All right. So for the set, what is our price on this set? We've got a $3.99, a $4.99, and a.
I have to confer with Amy. Amy, what should we do the full set for?
One hot second, guys.
Did she just put her finger up and silence me?
That was a different
I
figure
was
than she
silent.
gave me a little while ago.
Thank God.
How about 50?
Amy says $50 for the set of
just
three.
Wilfredo for him.
Just for us.
That's the
$50.
Wilfredo price.
The Wilfredo price.
Wilfredo, you're getting your own
50.
prices now, buddy.
Man.
Mostly in honor of him, but especially for him. Let's just say that.
All right. So Wilfredo, you're lucky. Amy likes you apparently. So you get the special Wilfredo price, all three for $50. If you want it, let us know. And we'll get it out to you.
Sold.
All right,
He
Wilfredo.
likes us. He really likes us.
Sold.
Well, he likes you, Amy. Maybe,
Wilfredo,
that much I know.
I'll
I don't
tell
know
you
how
right
much
now.
he likes us and Nick, but, he definitely likes you.
Wilfredo, I'll tell you right now, when this thing arrives and you get it in the dark, I think you're going to be a real happy camper.
Wait, where are the other two?
I think you need to change that phraseology there, John.
What?
You just said when this thing arrives and you get it in the dark, you're going to be a happy camper. Anyone listening to this out of context,
Bring the muzzle out,
wonder what we're
please.
doing
You'll
here.
fix that in post, right? That won't go out live or anything, will
Before
it?
we get
Yeah, no.
Can you bring that muzzle out that you said you had? So, all right, let's move on to
You know what
we're
I
doing.
mean.
The Dynamite Trio, right?
Next week when Rex and Amy are doing this story, this show,
And John will still be here with a muzzle on and his wallet.
I'm just going to
Just
grab
John in a Hannibal Lecter mask?
Yes.
I'm just going to grab this and run when they throw this out. This is part of the triple shot, right?
This is the triple shot. And I'm trying to find it, and all of a sudden I can't find it because my eyes are worse than yours. Okay.
Dynamite top tier trio.
Fortunately
Yes, sir.
for you, there's a small handful of people who know more about Dynamite comics than I do, and they're all in this room. So
We have one signed, one ultra limited edition cover, and one CGC graded premiere issue 9.6 or better guaranteed.
Correct.
It includes Sheena #1 cosplay variant signed by Ashley Dew, Vampirella Southern Gothic #1 high end Johnny D black and white ultra limited cover, and Red Sonja Age of Chaos Lucio Perillo. Lucio Perillo CGC graded 9.8 or 9.6.
So 9.6 or better guaranteed.
this Age of Chaos thing is just I can't say enough about this. You guys, do you see me talking about this every new comic book day? When something came out from Age of Chaos, it was just tweet after tweet after tweet. I try not to do spoilers, but it's hard to. I'm trying to get this at an angle so you're kind of not seeing the glare, but the cover for this is just outstanding.
So retail value of all three combined is $239.99. So tonight, what do you think, guys? What are we thinking?
For
Kyle?
me, $16.
Kyle, you have
$239.97. Seriously, I have 2 pennies in my pocket and I want to get rid of them.
Do that what?
we may have to kick you out of the band, brother.
Oh, no, that can't be right.
We got to kick him out of the band. Kyle's out.
Oh no!
He's-
I just want to see if we have notes here on this.
Don't be John Lennon.
That would make me Yoko Ono, actually.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would.
But if John's already Pete Best, since he's gonna be the first Beatle kicked out here,
No, not absolutely.
Brutal.
No, that's 100% right. That's not brutal.
Come
I don't know if I'll
on.
make
Come
the
on,
show.
Kyle. Live dangerously. What do you think?
138.50 or 238.50.
No. Come on, Kyle. That's no fun. You guys are trying to get
This has
fun.
got a CGC graded book in it. My pricing is thrown all kinds off
All
because
right.
I know what it costs to get something graded.
So you guys are gonna be the two guys on the top of the bridge while I'm bungee jumping. Is this pretty much it?
Look at the cosplay, man. I love the cosplay variants.
I'm gonna say 75. I'm doing it.
Dollars?
I'm doing it. Yes, dollars.
Via Condios.
That's the coin of the realm here in the United States. So yes, dollars, US dollars.
I gotta tell you right now, this is worth $75. This is probably worth considerably more than $75. This came back in a 9.8, which is beautiful. And then we have.
And we actually really do only have.
Ashley do sign this.
Yep.
And then Southern Gothic is one of those Vampirella stories which it took me a little while to embrace. And now when I go back to reread Vampirella, it's one of the first things I read. Just a great, great, great story. Nathan Cosby, who doesn't, I think this might be the only thing he did for Vampirella. I might be wrong. I don't know if he's done another run of Vampirella other than this.
Wilfredo's taking one at $75.
John,
you're the man, Wilfredo.
Wilfredo, I cannot tell you, these two books alone are just killer. I'm not taking the books out because you know by now that's not what these fingers do. But
you have the black and white cover.
You got a black and white cover. You guys know I love that.
You have the Ashley Do cosplay.
And
cover.
Ashley looks so much like Sheena too.
She does.
That cosplay is just spot on.
And if you follow her, she's definitely one of the best cosplayers out there.
Yeah,
and this one is hands on her as well.
Follow her on Twitter, and she tweets out some amazing stuff.
Yeah, she does.
Pictures of the different costumes making. She's real involved too. It's not like she's just some model that they throw stuff on. No. She's involved in the character development. She's involved in the costume development. In all fairness, there's not a ton of costume in a Sheena cosplay, but you know what I mean. And Wilfredo, look at this.
Yeah.
Wilfredo was determined. Wilfredo was determined I wasn't taking this home.
We're all determined, John.
Good job, buddy. That's a really sweet pickup for you.
So just to cover it again, Sheena #1 cosplay variant, limited variant, signed by Ashley Do. Okay. The Vampirella Southern Gothic #1 with the black and white ultra limited cover, and Red Sonja Age of Chaos #1. Lucio Perillo, CGC graded, guaranteed 9.6 or better. So again, we only have a handful of these here tonight for sale, and Wilfredo jumped on one of them, so we don't have many left.
Generally, my dynamite triple shot is whatever 3 books I can grab before Nick has me thrown off the premises.
Oh man, that's all right. He's not here.
That's all right. He's not here.
I only worry about things I can worry about. So
what do we want to do next?
Want to do another remark? Let's do another remark.
You never have to twist my arm to do another remark.
I know that, sir.
What do we want to do?
Let's do the Berserker.
Oh, this is another book nobody shuts up about, including me. You can see the names on here that are attached to this. Keanu Reeves. This, I think they've already announced is going to be.
It's going to be an animated series, an anime, as well as a film.
Wow. Look at the cover. This is, of course, our friend Ken Hazer. Remark cover with blood spattering. It's a little bit tough to see it on screen, but the blood spatter effect is so well done.
And $89.99 is the retail price, and I'm not jumping off that bridge anymore.
No, I think absolutely this character is maybe top 2, 3, 4 like laser hot character right now.
Agree.
If you can find this at a lower price than $89.99, DM me because I'd be shocked. I'd be absolutely shocked.
We have all of one.
Yeah, this is it. This is one of one. You've got your certificate on the back. Holofoil seal. Although I gotta be honest with you, I don't know how many Remark covers I would take out of the Remark covers are one of those things where if I got one, I would probably just order a digital copy to read. You think
about the amount of time that the amount of time that goes into creating each one of these remarks.
Well, you know what? Wilfredo struck again, so I think we're just going to end the show right here.
He's our best customer, isn't he?
Wilfredo, this book is so.
You're lucky, Wilfredo. Amy's a fan of you.
I appreciate you spelling it right, Alfredo or Wilfredo.
Yeah,
Why did I just mess up your name? But no, I appreciate you for getting the vowels because Keanu needs them all in his name.
Oh my God!
Oh, boom, boom.
All right, I'm done.
Thanks,
I'm leaving.
Do we have like a little?
All right, so we're sold out.
Do we have? We don't even have sold out stickers. We have purchased by Wilfredo stickers coming soon.
Sold, not John.
So
I need one of those.
You know what? I'm going to wind up going home with no books. This is terrible. It's not.
It happens.
It happens, right? Wilfredo, you know the routine by now. Clickety click. There'll be a link, and your book will be going out to you shortly.
Exactly.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, letting us, share our passion.
Now I got to write it.
Share our passion for comics with you. Help grow the community.
Make sure to tell everybody to hit the like button.
It just came to me in vision that everyone should please follow on different social media platforms: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Like, subscribe, friend, follow, and please hit the notification bell so you have plenty of advance notice to log in and watch Wilfredo buy books, because it's a lot of fun.
What do you want to do next? Let's see.
I gotta tell you, I know this is supposed to be
the starter kit.
The starter kit is great, but I gotta tell you, man, that the baby in the Iron Man helmet is freaking me out. This starter kit is absolutely awesome, by the way. That's just a personal thing. This is a DF exclusive, right? Yeah, the Secret Origin of Tony Stark. This is Kieran Gillen, Dale Eaglesham art. Dale Eaglesham is one of the guys we talk about that we love his art, wish he did more. Not that the guy isn't doing all he can, but when you see an artist you really like, you want to see more.
Right.
I would love to see more. There's a bunch of stuff in here. Do me a favor, tell people what's in here. I know that there's a Batman in here. I know there's Red Sonja in here. This starter kit is what, $10?
The starter kit is $9.99, and you're gonna get 10 comics with the Iron Man #9 guarantee.
That's like $1 a book. That's like the dollar box.
It's like the dollar box.
And I'll tell you right now, there's not going to be any DF limited edition cover in a dollar box.
But
I'll let you know that right now.
Although the Iron Man #9 is guaranteed, the other 9, could be random, but they will be out of print comics. So it's really a starter kit in the truest sense of the word. Somebody perhaps it's new in the hobby, or somebody that's been collecting for years, but you're just looking for something that's a bargain. Try to increase your collection, whatever the case.
This one has Batman. This one has Red Sonja #2. Amazing cover.
So retail value, including the Iron Man #9, I did the math. It came out to about $66. So and that's just based on the Iron Man #9 plus cover price for the other 9 comics, and you're looking at about $66.
I mean, to be honest with you, I would drop $10 for the DF exclusive cover. And
drop $10 on a beer at the bar.
And
that's
$10 gets you a third of that cover. So let's go get a paper cutter and we'll cut it off right under the K in Stark, and John's in it for $10.
I mean, it's just, the starter packs are great. I'll tell you what the starter packs are really, really good for. I don't want to say out of collecting comics, but I went through a period where I was just kind of buying them by them. You know what I mean? Well, it's Green Lantern, so I'll buy it, right? It's just, that's how it was. I picked up, it wasn't a starter kit, but it was the last day of a con in Chicago. And the guy he was a dealer, and he didn't want to take all that stuff back to, I believe, Colorado with him. So he was just saying to people, hey, look.
Tony, you forgot to show the random books again.
What random books?
Somebody getting yelled at.
Just glad it's not me, Kyle. That's all I'm saying.
I'm with you.
I think she said that because I think this is.
By the way, I think next week it should be Rex and Amy on the show, and
We
you
should
can just
absolutely
correct
do
us
Rex
the whole
and
time.
Amy. I'm gonna kick back on the love seat and I'm just gonna have my wallet here so that when you guys, I don't have to hit any link. I can just throw money at them.
I told you we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that wheelbarrow with the muzzle, and Amy will actually hold on to your wallet. And when you buy stuff, you'll signal with one finger, and then she'll pull the money out of your wallet.
Oh, Pretty Deadly's in here too. Look at that. This starter pack is already very cool. Oh, I absolutely love this cover. Man. This is just going to be up on my
Reminder to
reread.
tell everybody, again, we have no idea what's going to be in each pack, but you got some cool stuff in there. It's like at least $70 like worth of comics.
You're guaranteed to get the Iron Man number 9, and then the other 9 will be out. You know, the one thing guaranteed, they will be out of print comics, but they will be random in nature. So what you get may not be exactly the same as what John is throwing up on the screen right now, but they will be out of print. What else we got here? I'll look in here to see what we haven't gotten to yet.
Have we? Is there anything?
And still $9.99.
What?
And they're still $9.99 no matter what books they get. the
Yeah,
whole
that's
pack.
that's what it says on the screen. $9.99.
Yeah,
I
but
took
she
it
knows
down
what
off
to
the
do with
screen.
this.
Anyway,
You can't blame her for double checking. We're terrible at this.
Hey, speak for yourself. I'm mediocre.
I'm mediocre. I'm a professional. I'm mediocre at
Yeah,
this.
you're terrible. I'm mediocre. Let me see here. All right, so
But as I was saying, starter pack is a great way to get people back into it.
yes,
I picked up one at Chicago Con, and it had I'm trying to remember what it was. It was something from I think Boom Studios, which up to that point I had not really looked at their books, and it turned me into a Boom Studios Boom fan. And you just never know how that's going to work. And I think the starter kit I got was like $20, and it was like half as many books, and none of them were even remotely cool as what we're offering now.
and they lost you as a fan.
No, they didn't lose me as a fan. I think that the DF cover is really the sort of, I guess I'm one of those fans. This is terrible to say. I'm one of those fans that loves having something someone else doesn't.
So
Which I guess is
you're
the,
an elitist, is what you're
is
saying.
the dark side of comics. But I do. I love having stuff. One of the reasons I love the variants. One of the reasons I love Doink.
There we go.
Do we have that Red Alert logo thing up yet, Kyle? No.
This is the Red Sonja number 5.
This is Red Sonja number 5. Gail Simone, Walter Giovanni.
Blood Red.
Blood Red.
I love those.
These
Ultra
are
limited.
ultra limited. I really love these books. They are so clean.
Retail price of $75.
Yeah, these were $75, and I think that they sold pretty well at $75. I think people got to look at the cover and we're like, okay, I'm in. This story, if I remember the story correctly, she was coming back from almost like a near-death experience or something. And it was a little bit more of, like you got to see Red Sonja not be her usual, dialed up to 18. You know what I mean? She was sort of like, you see her with a group of people. A lot of times, let's be honest, Sonja rides solo. This was Gail Simone just kind of showing like a little bit of, Sonja, I hate to say the softer side. I believe Gail Simone said on Twitter this was the less stinky side of her. That's a quote from Gail Simone. You can go ask her. We want to sell this at
Somebody else jump off with the bungee cord here. Other than me.
What year did Sonja come out?
What was it?
1973.
1973. Conan number 23. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's sitting here in my notes.
How about we do it for $73?
No, come on,
$73.
That's not jumping off of the bridge with a bungee cord. That's jumping off the curb.
I'm scared of heights, Rex.
That's curb diving.
So I'm gonna jump off like the handicap ramp, but I'm at the bottom. So What do you guys think? 73?
Not jumping.
That's what I just said.
That's exactly it. Amy's right. It's stepping off.
Stepping off, jumping off. What's
delicately.
the difference? It's about 3 or 4
So we're
inches.
going to do this really for $19.73.
That's jumping off the
That's-
bridge. That a boy,
And we're going to
John.
do that until, we got about 35 minutes left in the show.
Okay, make a note, Kyle. That's
Yeah.
how you jump off a bridge with a bungee cord. And the bungee cord is snapped.
Jenny Frizen, who I love she's another one of those people, you follow her on Twitter. She loves sharing the process. She loves when people buy the stuff. This is absolutely something that if someone doesn't buy by 8 o'clock, 8:01, it'll be sitting in a car. I just want to be honest with people. I don't know, how many of these do we have?
Not many.
There's not a ton of these. So
Not many.
however many we have, they'll
And
subtract.
certainly, what's that?
Wilfredo strikes again.
Yeah.
Because at these prices, we can't have too many. If we
Alfredo,
can't
this is absolutely
it's a beautiful cover.
It's a
It really
beautiful
is.
cover. Pop this in here so you can see that line work. It is absolutely beautiful. That's a nice
Yeah,
pickup, sir. Nice
Yeah,
pickup.
you're gonna really like it when you get it at home. Trust me, Wilfredo.
The new show is just going to be me and Wilfredo talking about books we buy from Dynamite.
We'll put him in the band. We'll just call it Wilfredo and then
We'll do it
No Nicks.
poolside. Cocktails. Nick in the corner window talking about what he's going to sell us this week. Man, we've done some damage here. Well, I should
Yeah.
say Wilfredo's done
Done
some damage here.
right? So what do you think?
Why don't we do this? It's that time. Let's take a quick break.
Already?
Is it? Okay.
Are you
Yeah.
sure?
Yep. And we'll come back, and I can see one book on the rack that we've not talked about.
Which one?
Let us know.
We'll come back, and then I'll put you on the spot about it. How's that sound?
No, that works. That absolutely works.
He's talking to you. John.
All right.
What? No, I thought
We'll
you
be
meant
right back. We'll be right back here on The Experience. Welcome back, everybody. This is Comics Collectibles with Rex and the Not Nicks.
We should have music every time you say that.
There really should be like a little
Like theme music.
little bossa nova. He's Googling bossa nova. That's hysterical.
No, I know exactly what a bossa nova is. I'm just trying to think if any of us could actually do one.
No.
Well, if anybody can do it, during the show, is you.
Right.
No, it's the only person who could do a bossa nova in this group is probably you, Rex. I'm gonna be real honest.
I know, right? Recap the show.
John and I will fall down.
So now wait a minute.
Also, pull your camera. Yeah, there we go.
It must have moved. It must have moved. I think Amy may have slapped John or something and inadvertently moved the camera.
That's exactly what.
There we go.
Angle it down.
Angle it down.
Yeah, because we're seeing the top. There we go.
Now
all right. So before the break, I mentioned that we hadn't talked about a book yet.
Okay.
And it's right there over Rex's shoulder. It's got the only girl I've ever been in love with in comics right on the cover. There you go.
And Stacy. Oh boy. Wait, wasn't this part of a set or something? Maybe not.
We have a Gwen Stacy #1 signed by Christos N. Gage.
I unsetted it. I don't know. No,
yeah, I unsetted it.
Hey, I made a set. I can unset.
It's an Adam Eves cover. Todd Knock does the art, which is just perfect for this sort of thing. To be clear, this is Gwen Stacy. This is not Spider Gwen or Gwen Vereen or Gwen Poole. This is like actual Gwen.
Did you just say Gwen Vereen?
Gwen Vereen, yeah. There's a Gwen Vereen.
Are you making a Ben Vereen joke?
No, Wolverine, but it's Gwen.
I still think you're making a Ben Vereen joke and not telling me.
I am not.
Do I have to call Amy to separate?
I have respect for Ben Vereen. I would not be.
Do I have to call Amy in here to separate the two of you now?
No.
It's just how often do you get to make Ben Vereen references? Like
these days,
like past that.
This is absolutely a beautiful book. I'm not sure how many of these do we have.
We have 4.
Okay, this is #2. I'm looking at.
We have. There were only 30 that were made that were signed. So we have 2 of 30, 3 of 30, 4 of 30, 6 of 30, and retail is $29.99. So what do we want to do here, boys?
Let's
do the year thing again. What do you think?
Do we want to do the year Spider-Man came out or the year Gwen Stacy was introduced? Because I don't think they're the same year.
No, they're not. We'll
do the year Spider-Man came out because that'll actually save people a little bit of money.
Yeah, let's do that.
So this one is going to be $19
and 62
cents. This is just, I don't know if you want to open this and let people see the interior art.
Let's do it.
We haven't opened a lot of books tonight for good reason, but Todd Knock just sort of, if you're familiar with his work, he's perfect for the vibe they're trying to get with this book. Like I said, this is real Gwen Stacy, go-go boots, mini skirt, hairband, fringe pocketbook, the kind of things that,
We'll take number 2.
All right.
Ding, ding, ding. Wilfredo, the cover of this is so nice.
It is.
The interior art's great, don't get me wrong, but the cover of this is so nice. This is one of these books that kind of takes you back to, dare I say, the age of John Romita, when you kind of had him doing these amazing panels that actually captured like this. 2 characters in comics have captured the 60s go-go boots vibe. One of them is Gwen Stacy, probably the other one is a weird one. It's Magnus Robot Fighter. This
one actually belongs to Wilfredo now. So
that's why we're very careful and Rex handled it, Wilfredo. This one is yours. Just an amazing book. I'm really glad that Kyle sort of was like, do this.
What should we do?
Speaking of Kyle.
Here we go. This is going to get interesting.
Speaking of Kyle, we're going to offer something that's really cool. And we're going to see Who's going to grab it first? Is it going to be Wilfredo or is it going to be Kyle? Because this is Infinite Frontier 0. Dan Jurgens signed. A whole host of top comic book talent have worked on this book. Artists and writers. This thing, we only have one of these?
I believe we only have one.
I think we have one of these. This retails, I think, at
$49.99. Yep.
The reason I'm curious to see if Kyle is going to out-jump Wilfredo for this is, first of all, I think we're going to drop it down to $29.99. We're sort of kind of running out of time.
We could do that, but I just got a text from Nick saying that it's $29.99 to everyone except Kyle.
Oh, no.
Kyle, we should add $7. I'm not doing it to you, Kyle. I'm not doing it.
Well.
Doing it.
I'm not doing it. This is number 7.
But John might do it. I don't know. But I'm not doing it.
I don't know if this is going to push the Kyle button or not, but this is the only one we have. It's
number 7? Oh.
That's why I said I'd be curious to see if Kyle would be, his
he's got a big 7 thing.
His 7 spider sense. What did he say, 7? This is a really cool cover. This is just a great book. And we talked about this before. These are the kind of books that DC does like nobody else. Yeah, tons of characters, tons of stories.
So
Dan Jurgens. Oh, and Wilfredo said we're all done, Kyle.
Well, so here's the problem. Like, you're the one, you set it up, and I'm here hearing you set it up, so I can make you wrong if I want to.
You could.
What are
it's funny. My rule has always been on these things to give everybody else a chance. When we're getting ready to move on, if nobody's claimed something I want, I'll take it.
I just want to remind you, it was Nick that texted me and
said
not only
that, but you can tell Kyle is a decent human being because I'm the exact opposite of that. The reason I'm here today is to buy stuff before other people.
Well, the thing that I have to remember is that I see everything 7 to 10 seconds before the rest of the internet.
Ooh, that's a good point.
7 seconds.
Yeah.
See, it's like a weird thing.
It's just
7 to 10 seconds.
How many hockey
the rest of the internet
in the closet that are number 7?
7.
And sometimes it's as much as 20 seconds before Facebook.
Oh, you know what? It's almost like he's a Batman villain.
Don't you mean 27 seconds, Kyle?
I'm Mr. 7.
No, I'm accurately reporting the delay to streaming services.
Wilfredo, you are going to be super happy with this book. The cover is amazing. Very prominent Dan Jurgens. We've talked about this before. You can read that signature from,
Oh, yeah.
You don't need to be an eye chart, cover an eye, up, down, left, right, 3. That's Dan Jurgens' signature. Front and center.
When someone else who's been a creator for such a long time, added so much to different titles in the hobby itself. I mean, it's amazing. But all right, what do you guys think? What should we do next?
Real quick, Wilfredo, I agree. Kyle is a class act.
Yeah, you know what? Kyle absolutely is. Like I said, I'll be the first to admit. You guys will be doing a book and a blood red variant will come and there'll be 4 of them and I'll just be erasing the number and changing it to 3 before we even go on the air. I am not a wonderful human being like Kyle is. If you're not quick.
That's why we have Amy.
Now, when we run into each other at Comic-Con, it's fair game.
Oh, in Comic-Con, it's the quick and the dead. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm bringing security.
Yeah, Comic-Con, my roller derby days come out. I'm elbowing people.
Roller derby.
Professional wrestling moves.
Oh, man.
Do not get between me and the thing I want at Comic-Con.
I always love the people at Comic-Con that try to be too cool for school, and they're like, you know what? It's just Friday. I'll catch it on Sunday. Yeah, okay. You'll catch it in my room on Sundays. It's being packed in a UPS box to go home.
All right. I got a story for you then.
Nice. Oh, here we go. It's
real quick story time. We're at C2E2 in Chicago. And I went with a goal list of 4 under 50 ASM books I needed to pick up.
Okay.
And I knew what they were going to cost. I knew about what I should be paying.
Yeah, you were kind of prepared. You weren't sticking.
Mm-hmm. I find a guy who has them all on Friday.
Nice.
And I say, I'm going to pick them up. I'm into these 3, these 4. And then he kept pulling out books I need. Okay, so we get to like 10 books I need.
He buys a backpack.
And he's got a price. And I'm going, you know what? Let's talk in 2 days.
Okay.
And I took the cash and put it back in the room so I could buy him whether he came down on price or not. But then we get to the end of the show and I'm talking to him about how close are you to making money? And, you know, has it been worth it for you? And how much you actually going to haul back? And for the same price he tried to sell me 10 books for, I bought his whole ASM long box.
Nice.
Ooh,
That's
a good
a
one.
score.
That is a good story.
That's a really.
That is definitely
I like that. Those are the stories that I like to hear. Everybody always talks about, we'll be in San Diego and we'll be at the bar in Lou and Mickey's, and all I'll hear are those sad stories about, oh, I found, like a really nice graded X-Men 13. And I said, I'll be back in an hour after dinner. And I'm like, what's going to happen? How many people are at Comic-Con?
Yeah, I mean, if
you really thought no one else
after
was
dinner, you're that, you couldn't, how could you think of anything else while you're eating dinner?
Forget the X-Men. I won't let a House of Mystery I need sit for more than I look, and all right.
Couldn't guess that one.
To quick answer Wilfredo's question, he says, I have the whole Jim Lee Hush saga, each issue signed by Jim Lee. Should I have them graded?
As you can see, we're reading it off the computer right now.
Yeah, we're kind of,
we can't see.
I'm going to go ahead and go with yes, but the normal answer I would give is there are several great sites that will give you pricing ideas on graded versus non-graded. If your difference in price doesn't at least cover the price of the grading, I would say don't. But because it's Jim Lee, because it's Hush, because it's Jim Lee, because it's Hush, that's such an iconic story from such an iconic artist.
Right.
That getting them graded will keep them in your collection in pristine condition for the rest of your life and the lives of your children and children's children, because that's not something you're looking at for value.
Surpassing
just like your children's children will be looking at this earlier purchase for you.
What do you think we should move to next?
I don't know. Is there anything?
Do we want to do the DC 3-pack? Did we?
Did we do a DC 3-pack?
I don't think we did the DC 3-pack. We kind of touched on it, didn't we? But I don't think we did it. Let's do the DC 3-pack.
Is that got that Superman in it? Because I don't think we've looked at that Superman.
It's got the lenticular Superboy. Let's see, the Harley Quinn. So I don't know if Chocolate Covered Cosplay would be interested in this set as well. And the DC Year of the Villain #1 signed by Scott Schneider. So let's pull some of these out.
Rex is going to be pulling some of these out.
Well, no, they're double bag.
Oh, okay, all right.
You can handle them.
Double bag, I'll handle as soon as Nick is like, this is super valuable. No.
Here you go, buddy.
These are really nice. I love this. Is like my thing now.
The 3D
this has become like my new thing now. I love this.
And don't forget to show the back too. Because you got the 3D.
So when these Year of the Villains came out, the lenticular technology must have progressed since then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because what they were doing at the time was 3D. Was kind of the big move to make from the publishers at that point, is to do the 3D. Then you started seeing whole character changes, and then whole trade dress changes, and then, now it's like, oh, we're gonna put lenticular in this book, and it's 2 different books. Choose your own adventure based on the angle you put the book at,
So the DC 3-pack includes Superboy Futures End #1 with the lenticular 3D motion, Harley Quinn #75, and
this is an exclusive.
It's the Warren Lou.
It's the Warren Lou exclusive, and DC Year of the Villain #1 signed by Scott Schneider. So this is guaranteed in every 3-pack set, and I think we've got 7.
I think we have 7.
Yeah,
this particular one.
Yeah, and that's
number 22.
One of these books, obviously, we only have 7 of. Otherwise, we try to bring everybody more. But We probably get capped because of one of these books we only have a very short quantity on. But very similar to the Marvel 3-pack, DC 3-pack. Retail on all 3 comics is $90. All right. So, you know what? I feel bad for Kyle and getting that text from Nick. So we're going to go nuts. Let's do $29.99 for all 3.
You're out of a job, but okay, sure.
Yeah.
29.
You know what? It's still early.
Rex is in charge.
See, I was gonna say go based on how old I am, but
He's drunk with power.
What'd you say, Kyle?
$29.99. I was gonna say, you know what? Because Nick tried to screw me there a minute ago. 33, but
This is better, right?
yes, this is significantly better at 30.
See, who's got your back, Kyle?
Not us.
Well, and Wilfredo Morales just picked up 3 more books.
So Wilfredo's got your back, but I've got the back behind Wilfredo. So
nice.
you're gonna like this one too, Wilfredo.
Wilfredo, this is a very cool version. Future's End had, the Future's End versions of characters. This may be the coolest version of Superboy we've seen in a really long time.
Agreed.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? There's been versions of Superman which were Superboy, which, let's be honest, we had a Bart Simpson version.
Yes.
We've had versions that are up now. We had an evil version from Earth Prime. The Future's End version of Superboy is like, they were talking about this one night on a Facebook comic group that like 5 characters that kind of flew under the radar in Future's End. Superboy was one of them.
Right.
And they were like, this might be a book you want to get now rather than later.
And then the 3D lenticular, I really like this.
That's just a really, really, really nice book.
So you're gonna love it, Wilfredo, I promise. So what time is it? Man, we are running out.
We got about 10 minutes left.
Man, we just babble on and on and on. I blame you, John.
Well, I blame John. Well, I'm trying to see what we haven't done here. I feel like there's a.
So I have some notes about some maybe some lithographs.
What?
Are those things?
Did we
I
do
don't think.
Detective
Have we not done this?
I don't know.
Amy came over with
Maybe
our.
we haven't.
We have not done this.
Amy, we depend on you to keep track of this.
Thank God she's here.
We're just standing here babbling and babbling on and on.
Nobody
and on.
cares about our time at C2E2. But this is Batman Detective Comics
Number
27.
Right?
This is one of these books that have an incredible roster of characters. Peter Tomasi signed this book. Greg Capullo cover. A ton of people worked on this book. I'm not even going to tell you about the whole. You know what I mean? This, if I remember correctly, this kicks off the Gothtopia storyline, which is one of those things that, one of those real Batman lodestone type stories.
And we've got one.
And we've got one. This is it. This is sort of if you like a book where you sort of get, some of the guys, I'm just going to throw out real quick. Mike W. Barr is in here. Francisco Francovilla is in here. And those of you who've read Dynamite Comics know that Frank is a near and dear place to my heart. There's a ton of people who've worked on the art and the stories in here. What are we
Let's do number 27 at $27.
Okay. You know what? I kind of like that, actually.
It's easier to remember. I do that because it's just easier for me to remember.
It's just easier to write down.
Yeah.
This is really nice. And this is going to be for the next,
10 minutes?
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to see how much time we have. This is maybe like our last really big sort of, you should buy this before I go off the air. Archetypical cover. Bat signal.
And it's number 6.
Grumpy Batman out on a gargoyle. I think this is one of these things where when we look back at this show and we'll look back at, where did we really hook people up to, be blunt about it? Where did we hook? This book for $27 will be one of these things where we're like, we really hook people up because, by fall, we'll be going back to cons.
Right.
And this book will not be anywhere near $27.
Agreed.
This book will be closer to 127 than 27 by the time
we've talked about it. If it's the lines that it's going to be like,
and you want it signed by
bursting
somebody,
of the dam, so to speak, because people are all this pent up, being quarantined and stuff. Everybody's going to be in those cons.
We certainly aren't trying to discourage people from going to cons. What we're trying to do is we're trying to let people know, if you are going to go to a con, you're going to invest that time, that money. Why not use that investment of time and money to go to the con to do more stuff?
Yep.
See what you want to see. Go to the cosplay convention. Go to the trivia contests. You know what I mean? Go sit.
All right. Wilfredo takes a detective.
Of course he does.
You'll like this.
Real quick, fellas. We need to go back over the Dynamite top tier trio again. Here at the end of the show, we've been asked about the slab. So,
Dominite? I think these are mine now. No, just kidding.
So we have that's the wrong thing to click on. The Dynamite top tier trio. You get one signed, one ultra limited edition cover, and one CGC graded premiere issue, 9.6 or better. So this one is Sheena #1 cosplay variant, signed by Ashley Dew. Vampirella Southern Gothic #1. The high-end Johnny D black and white variant, which was also ultra limited, and the Red Sonja Age of Chaos #1 Lucio Perillo CGC graded cover that's guaranteed to be a 9.8 or a 9.6. Tonight only, because Rex was having some sort of stroke. $75.
He called me out.
No, but I got to be honest with you, though. We talk about this, and you should always buy things that appeal to you. Obviously, Wilfredo has a lot that appeals to him. God bless. But I think this book in particular, this kind of triple shot that we're doing, this is going to be, I don't know if we've done something this good, quite honestly. This sort of, the other two books are amazing in and of themselves, but you're looking at getting a book that's been bricked at 9.8 or 9.6. And what did you say that's going to go for? $75?
Yep.
Okay.
75.
I always like these little packs, especially from Dynamite and companies like Dynamite, because they're great ways for me to buy books that I want at a price that I'm willing to pay, and then have some leftovers. I've bought, big kits like this several times.
Yeah.
And it's, here's a book for this friend of mine who's looking for a comic, or here's a graduation present. In fact, I just gave away a DF slab that I got from another show we did as a graduation present to somebody who's getting into Vampirella. So it's a good fit. It's a good way to get people onto stuff. You did, Wilfredo. We have a couple of sets. We have at least one, maybe two more of these 3-packs. You got one.
Yes.
And there's a couple of more. There's a couple of more out there for someone like Tyler Stocks, who was asking about what the slab was, or anyone else who wants to try and get their feet wet with the whole kind of the gambit here, right? So getting a slabbed book is kind of like you're collecting on hard mode, right? Trying to get a 9.6 or a 9.8. And then you've got your rare covers and your signatures that are, they all kind of lead there. So it's every step of the way in collecting rare exclusives. It gets you started. You get one on every step.
Yeah, it ticks all the boxes. I mean, different people like different things. I mean, we've talked about this. I talk about, people collect different things. I love black and white covers. And, I'm not the only one. There's a reason why they do black and white variants. You've got that taken care of. You've got a signed book by, like a top flight cosplayer.
Right.
And then you've got, CGC graded books, which they're not the easiest thing in the world to come across.
Right.
And I think that the Crazy Rex is practically giving it all away price. I think that's a nice move for people.
And Wilfredo, I saw your question up there. So guaranteed that anybody that buys a handful of the Dynamite Trio will get 9.6 or better. But Wilfredo, this one's yours.
Yeah, this one's yours, bud. The 9.8 is yours.
That one's coming to you because otherwise Amy would probably hurt me anyway. So, so don't even stress about it.
She'll come at you in full spider monkey mode.
I'll just blame you, dude. I will completely blame you.
I just fall to the floor.
And while you're distracting her, I'll run out the door.
You know what? Have we talked
All right,
about
fellas. Actually, unfortunately, we're gonna have to save that one for next time. We are out of time here on The Experience. Coming up next, immediately following us, brand new show here on The Experience, Kicking It with Henri and Kevin.
Nice.
They will be they're a new show. They're gonna have a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun to watch. They got a huge selection, really great stuff. So stay tuned for that coming up immediately following us here on The Experience. And then if any of us are welcome back, Nick does an original art show on Fridays, the Original Art Experience, from 7 to 8 Eastern. I had to look at the calendar. And then from 8, or then on Saturday. So Friday is Original Art. Saturday is Dynamic Forces Comics Collectibles with Nick. That is Saturday, 6 to 8. And, as crazy as we get, he gets crazier. So make sure you tune in for that one as well.
So we'll just say goodnight to just Wilfredo, nobody else.
No, thanks for tuning in, everybody. There's a whole bunch of you here. Thank you for coming. Thank you for letting us into your home and letting us talk to you about our craziness. And we will see everybody next Wednesday, 6 o'clock, for Rex and the Not Nicks, if we're all still alive.
See you, Kyle.
Thanks, everyone.
Appreciate you.
Bye-bye.